I think this will do them no harm whatsoever for future tours to come, and I hope that they get the chance to go back to Pakistan again.
I think it's great. We want the Holy Grail being able to win again in India. And this team now, they've got the opportunity to do that. They're playing really well here in Pakistan, understanding the conditions. They've got a game style that suits these conditions and, more importantly, a flexible squad. So for guys like Marnus to be batting out there and look so comfortable, it's a great experience.
At times in this series, Pat Cummins' tactics have been questioned. Do you think that that's foresight planning? And how much of that do you need to do compared to just winning what's in front of you? Well,
look, I think that if you look back after the series is finished and he's won, it doesn't matter what his tactics are because he's won the tournament, and that's all that counts. You can try to sort of piece together, and if you peel back all the layers and say, well, has he done it tactically right? Did he bat too long? It's sort of showing the case now that he hasn't. So I'm actually thinking that Pat Cummins has got a very smart cricket brain on his shoulders. But the bowling's backed it up. 2 bad shots from Pakistan plus a run out. But Australia need to back that up again today.
Yeah, what I liked about Paddy, this Australian team's really well planned. Andrew McDonald, we've gone through a lot of matchups, and he would have had a lot of information leading into the game. But the best thing I've seen about it, he also played some eyes-up cricket. And we've seen that with Nathan Lyon. Nathan Lyon got a wicket in the first over after the break. Paddy seized the moment, took him off, and knew there was a big moment there to win. And that's what Test match cricket's about, recognising those big moments, and that's exactly what he did. So Paddy's doing a great job twofold at the moment.
Yeah, and I also think, you have the best playing as much as you want. You have the computer analysis. But if you're the guy bowling 146 Ks, left armour, coming around the wicket, swinging the ball out late, reverse, good luck. You can throw the laptop away. I mean, that's quality bowling.
It helps when you can get them out in just 53 overs as well, and then put your feet up.
Keep them fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I talked about this compact schedule. It is condensed. Josh Hazlewood having a rest this game, but you expect Hazlewood, Cummins, Stark to be fit and firing for every Test match they play. So it's a great way to just try and preserve them, especially with all the Test matches they're playing this year.
Yeah, and you also look where you're playing too. I mean, these low, slow wickets, it takes a lot out of you as a fast bowler. I'm sure the spin as well, and keeping behind the stumps when it's hot definitely will take it out of you. So if you're playing over in England, you can just, you sort of feel like you can bowl 5 tests straight back to back every single time. Over here, it might be different. They might have bowlers where, you do have to bowl shorter spells. But hopefully for Australia, they'll have a chance to sit in the change room for another hour, maybe get another 61 runs, get a 550 lead, get them back in and hopefully wrestle Pakistan again.
Because we haven't seen too much reverse swing in the last couple of years from Mitch Starc in particular.
We'll take it back to the Ashes, where people were saying that he shouldn't play. He came on the Ashes, first ball gets a wicket, gets what player of the series. That conjecture too about who will be left out because Swepson will come into play, and he got the nod in front of Hazlewood. So that obviously would have given him some confidence. And the way he bowled yesterday, his pace was back 146 Ks, swinging the ball both ways with that conventional swing with that new ball, and then reverse tang at the end. I mean, that's Mitchell Starc at his best, and he's lethal. When he comes around the wicket to the right-hander, angles the ball, then swings the ball away. I mean, it's pretty hard to play.
I thought it was really clever tactics, actually. They only bowled him a couple of overs with the new ball, recognising the big moment in the game was going to be as soon as the ball reversed. And going back to Nathan Lyon's wicket, he got that wicket first over after the break. Paddy Cummins took him straight off, put Starc on when the ball was reversing. So it was a tactic at the start of the play to do that. But what you have to do then is execute, and his execution was outstanding.
How important is it to manage the ball well in those conditions, to be able to extract that swing?
Well, the hardest thing is to try and get the ball dry. So there's 2 ways to get the ball to go. Reverse swing is to load it up with sweat and saliva and what you used to be able to do. Or the other way is to keep it super dry and scuff up the other side naturally on that practice wickets and those side wickets, which is exactly what they did yesterday. So you've got to make sure that when you're a fast bowler too, you try and get batsmen that are at mid-off and mid-on that are quite dry. They've got the dry hands. Kasprich was shocking because he would sweat so much. I mean, I used to get sweaty hands, so you try to hold it by the seam. If you hold the rough side, it takes all that swing away. So, yeah, there's some ball management that needs to go. So that's why I keep saying fast bowlers are a very, very intelligent creature, Ish.
Yeah, they are. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. Alistair Cook, though, for England, he never sweated. So he would always be looking after the ball for the likes of Stuart Broad and Anderson, and that's how they managed their reverse swing. But it was excellent skills on show. Take a look at the batting card. The good thing for Australia is that the bowlers weren't out there for that long, because they were all out for 148 in just 53 overs, Pakistan. Perhaps a bit of a surprise after that first Test match. The top scorer then, Babar Azam, with 36. He just ran out of partners, Hads.
Yeah, he did, but he also... We talk a lot about reverse swing, but to me, it's not so much about getting the ball to reverse. It's about the execution. And I thought that's what Australia did outstanding, made life uncomfortable for the batsmen. Paddy Cummins' length he bowled was hitting the stumps all the time. He questioned both sides of the bat. And we know Stark, the length he bowls, he can beat you both sides when he comes around the wicket. So it was the execution that they worked at with that reversing ball. And you just have to have a look at the scoreboard there.
It's a really good point you make, Isha, about the boys weren't out there that long. If you look in that middle column there, 53 overs. So, essentially playing a 50-over match. I know that Starkey bowled 13, Pat Cummins bowled 13 as well. So they've essentially played a one-day match. Yeah, it's hot, but they'll be raring to go come today, hopefully, half an hour after the day starts, and they can declare and get back out and have another crack.
Well, with that in mind, what were your thoughts on Australia not enforcing the follow-on?
Yeah, we spoke about it yesterday, and we said exactly that. We didn't think they'd enforce the follow-on, and I understand why. They batted so long. They want this wicket to wear. They want the opportunity to bowl late, and I think today they'll bat probably around 40 minutes to an hour, let that roller wear off. They want to bowl in that middle session where the wicket's got the heat on it and it starts to play tricks. But I wasn't surprised at all that they sent Pakistan back in, or batted against, Australia.
OK, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a tactical advantage to bat again and just get the Pakistan bowlers out there, given the compact schedule?
Well, it's the conundrum of having enough overs to bowl them out, but not wanting to bat last. So Australia don't want to chase a nasty little 120 runs to win on the last day, because we know what can happen. So tactically, Pat Cummins has been outstanding. I was one that questioned yesterday, said that, we only got 4 wickets in that first Test. We need 3 days to bowl them out, the Aussie cricket team, but they blew them away yesterday. So, yeah, it'd be nice little, 50, 60 runs, this morning, and then send them back in and try and get them out.